Sacred geometry serves as the blueprint of creation, an ancient science revealing the patterns that weave the fabric of our reality. These universal shapes and forms, from the spirals of galaxies to the perfect symmetry of crystals, demonstrate a shared geometric language. The principles of sacred geometry are not limited to man-made structures. They are intrinsic to the natural world, observable in the arrangement of leaves, the patterns of snowflakes, and the orbits of planets. This timeless knowledge has been utilized by diverse cultures throughout history to construct sacred spaces, aligning physical structures with cosmic resonances. By exploring sacred geometry, we tap into a well of profound wisdom that illustrates the interconnectedness of all things. It invites us to consider the possibility that there is a harmonious order to the chaos of the universe, an order that influences the essence of life itself. Engaging with sacred geometry is not merely an intellectual exercise. It is a transformative experience that can elevate consciousness. As we align with these patterns, we align with the rhythms of nature and the cosmos, finding harmony within ourselves and the world around us. The journey through sacred geometry is a path of enlightenment, offering a unique perspective on the universe and our place within it. It beckons us to seek the deeper meanings behind the shapes and patterns that surround us, guiding us towards a greater understanding of the sacred dance between the physical and the spiritual. Delving into sacred geometry, we start with the very essence of form and structure. Basic shapes serve as the alphabet of a language spoken by the universe itself. Circles represent unity and wholeness, squares stand for stability and earthiness, and triangles embody strength and harmony. These basic figures are the silent notes behind the symphony of forms we witness in nature, art, and architecture. We explore how these shapes interconnect to form complex patterns. Think of the intricate spirals of seashells, the starry constellations that navigate our night skies, or the elaborate designs within snowflakes. Each pattern is a testimony to the mathematical principles that are universal, repeated across cultures, time, and space. The golden ratio and the Fibonacci sequence, found in the growth patterns of plants and the proportions of the human body, reveal a consistent formula that life seems to follow. This section would explain these concepts with clarity, making them accessible to those new to the topic. From the microcosm of atomic structures to the macrocosm of galactic layouts, a thread of continuity binds the cosmos. Understanding these patterns not only enlightens us about the outer world but also about the inner workings of our own consciousness. Sacred geometry is not just a theoretical exploration. It is a practical tool that can foster creativity, design, and personal growth. It invites us to observe the world more deeply and to find harmony in our place within it, recognizing that the same patterns that shape stars and cells also shape the course of our lives. In the realm of sacred geometry, the flower of life is revered as the blueprint of creation, a symbol that embodies the interconnectedness of all life. It is not just a figure to admire, but a pattern that resonates with the very essence of our being and the universe itself. Its symmetrical composition of overlapping circles forms a tapestry that some believe represents the fundamental forms of time and space. This ancient symbol, found etched on temple walls, manuscripts, and monuments across civilizations, carries within it esoteric traditions and wisdom. It is said that within the flower of life are the blueprints of molecules, the plans of galaxies, and the animation of life itself. Each circle, each petal within this sacred complex is a page in the cosmic ledger, a chapter in the great book of universal knowledge. As we delve deeper into its spiritual significance, the flower of life transcends mere geometry. It becomes a metaphorical language, a means of exploring the archetypal forms that are foundational to our consciousness. It invites seekers to decode its hidden messages, to uncover the secrets of the Fibonacci spiral, the 5 Platonic solids, and the Merkaba, all of which are reputed to be embedded within its design. The flower of life serves as a bridge between the tangible and the intangible, the scientific and the spiritual. It is a map for those journeying towards enlightenment, offering insights that connect the dots between form and formlessness, matter and spirit, the individual and the infinite. Exploring the flower of life can lead to profound realizations about the universe and our place within it, encouraging a deeper connection with the surroundings and an appreciation for the underlying order of all things. It prompts us to consider the cyclical nature of life, the way everything evolves from a core, expands, and returns, much like the petals of a blooming flower returning to its bud at the end of the day. Metatron cube is a structure of sacred geometry that represents the most fundamental aspects of space and time. Envisioned as a three-dimensional star map, it is said to be the celestial chariot of the archangel Metatron, who in various mystical traditions is considered the scribe of the cosmos, recording the flow of existence. This intricate configuration is composed of 13 spheres held together by lines from the midpoint of each sphere to all others. It is a visual symphony of balance and symmetry, a complex pattern that weaves together the fabric of everything from atomic structures to celestial bodies, embodying astrological associations and esoteric wisdom. Scientists and spiritualists alike explore Metatron cube for its symbolic significance and the way it intersects with the physical world. Its geometry is found in the molecular patterns of crystals and the vastness of galactic shapes, suggesting a bridge between microcosm and macrocosm, between the inner and the outer universes. Its interlocking circles and polygonal figures create a visual meditation, guiding the seeker through layers of reality and inviting a deeper understanding of the universe. In the silent spaces between its lines and shapes, one can find the echoes of ancient knowledge and the patterns that govern the stars and our very existence. Metatron cube also acts as a key to unlocking the subconscious, a tool for unlocking the mysteries of the universe. By meditating on its form, one can journey through the dimensions of consciousness, finding guidance and clarity in its geometric pathways. This sacred star map is not just a representation but a doorway, offering deep truths about the complexity and interconnectedness of all things. The Fibonacci sequence and the golden ratio are profound examples of sacred geometry manifesting in our everyday world. This numerical pattern starts simply, a series of numbers where the next is always the sum of the two preceding ones, 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, and so on. But this is not just a mathematical curiosity. It is a pervasive pattern that nature uses to organize growth and structure, from the shell spirals of snails to the flowering of an artichoke. The golden ratio, often symbolized by the Greek letter phi, is closely related to the Fibonacci sequence. When the numbers in the sequence of Fibonacci are taken as the dimensions of geometric shapes, they reveal an astonishingly precise and consistent ratio of 1.618, which has been dubbed the divine proportion. This ratio is not only aesthetically pleasing, but it appears as a consistent element in art, architecture, and even music, resonating with a deep harmony that is both seen and felt. Artists and architects have long employed this ratio to create works that are pleasing to the eye, as they believed it held the secret to beauty and harmony. The proportions of the Parthenon, Vitruvian Man of Leonardo da Vinci, and Salvador the Sacrament of the Last Supper Dali all reflect the golden ratio, suggesting that this pattern might be a fundamental characteristic of attractiveness. In nature, we find the golden ratio in the arrangement of branches along the stems of plants and the veins in leaves, the patterns of florets in a flower, the bracts of a pinecone, or the scales of a pineapple. These patterns are not just random or solely for the sake of beauty. They follow logical, harmonious rules that help maximize efficiency and growth. By exploring the sequence of Fibonacci and the golden ratio, we delve into a world where mathematics and aesthetics converge. They serve as clear illustrations of how deeply interconnected the fabric of the universe is and how the principles of sacred geometry are echoed in the natural and human-made world. These divine proportions remind us that there is a subtle and beautiful order underlying all things, inviting us to look closer and understand the harmonious patterns that compose our reality. Sacred geometry transcends the boundaries of a single culture or spiritual tradition, embodying a universal language that resonates across the globe. Its principles are found in the architectural marvels of various civilizations, from the pyramids of Egypt to the pagodas of Asia, each structure echoing the harmony of cosmic principles in their design. This universal appeal of sacred geometry stems from its profound connection to the natural world and its representation of fundamental truths. It is not just about the structures themselves, but about the shared understanding that these patterns are deeply embedded in the fabric of the cosmos and our existence. For instance, the mandalas of Hindu and Buddhist traditions are not mere artistic expressions. They are spiritual tools that guide the meditator towards enlightenment, encapsulating the entirety of the universe in a single, intricate design. In the intricate knots of Celtic art and the precise tile work of Islamic mosques, we see the same geometric patterns, suggesting a collective subconscious appreciation for order and beauty that transcends cultural narratives. It is as if these patterns are a silent language, speaking to an intrinsic understanding and appreciation for form and symmetry that is wired into all human beings, regardless of their origin. The cultural significance of sacred geometry also extends to folklore and mythology, where geometrical motifs are often used to symbolize concepts such as creation, unity, and the interconnectivity of life. In many indigenous cultures, the circle represents the earth, the cycles of life and eternity, while the square can symbolize stability and the physical world. These shapes and the stories they tell form a bridge between the physical and metaphysical, the human and the divine. As we examine the cultural tapestry of sacred geometry, we uncover not only an anthropological perspective but also a universal call to explore the deeper meanings behind these shared symbols. It is a reminder that despite our diverse backgrounds and beliefs, we are all connected by a common thread, a geometric language that speaks of harmony, balance, and the intricate balance of life design. Today, sacred geometry is not just a relic of the past. It has found its place in modern spiritual practices and everyday life. The ancient wisdom of harmonious patterns and shapes continues to influence those seeking balance and deeper understanding. In a chaotic world, you will find sacred geometry in the design of meditation spaces, where the harmony of the environment supports a peaceful state of mind. People tattoo these ancient symbols onto their bodies as a permanent reminder of their spiritual journey and connection to the universe. Even in the simplicity of a yoga mat, the patterns are a guide for alignment and focus. The resurgence of these timeless concepts is evident in healing practices as well. Crystal grids arranged in geometric patterns are used to amplify energy and intention, a testament to the belief in the potency of these shapes. Therapists and holistic health practitioners often incorporate the visual and structural balance of sacred geometry into their healing environments to foster tranquility and well-being. Personal testimonies from individuals who apply these principles in their daily lives speak volumes. They report a sense of order and clarity, a connection to something greater than themselves. It is not uncommon to hear of life-changing experiences where these patterns have facilitated profound personal transformations. Incorporating sacred geometry into your life does not require grand gestures. It can be as simple as recognizing and appreciating the natural patterns in the world around you. It could mean choosing environments that reflect geometric harmony or using symbols as focus points for meditation. The goal is to find ways to connect with the world around you on a deeper, more meaningful level, allowing the ancient language of sacred geometry to enhance and guide your modern life. Embarking on the journey of sacred geometry reveals its practicality in daily life, transcending mere theoretical understanding. The principles of this ancient wisdom are not confined to sacred spaces but are interwoven with the very fabric of our existence. From the arrangement of furniture in our homes, which mirrors the harmonious proportions found in nature, to the patterns we choose in our art and attire, sacred geometry offers a blueprint for aesthetic and functional living. In personal development, these shapes and forms act as visual affirmations of our interconnectedness with the universe. Integrating the Fibonacci sequence or the spiral of the golden ratio into personal journals or as focal points during meditation can elevate our sense of self-awareness. These patterns can serve as guides, leading us toward a deeper understanding of the self and the world. Mindfulness practices benefit greatly from the intentional incorporation of sacred geometry. Observing the symmetry in leaves or the radial patterns in flowers during a walk can be a meditative exercise, one that attunes our minds to the subtle yet profound orderliness of life. This awareness fosters a mindful appreciation for the present moment, grounding us in the here and now. Practical tips for integrating sacred geometry into daily life are abundant. Start small, perhaps by identifying and reflecting on the geometric patterns you encounter in your day-to-day activities. Use these moments of recognition as opportunities for mindfulness and reflection, allowing the inherent balance of these forms to bring tranquility to your busy life. It is important to remember that this is not an end but a continuous process. The application of sacred geometry is a transformative practice, An invitation to view life through a lens of interconnectedness and harmony. Let the living geometry of the world around you inspire personal growth, mindfulness, and a deeper connection to the cosmos.